Good afternoon. How we doing?
When you look at this matchup, in what ways is this offense different than in week one?
That's a great question. I really haven't even kind of looked at that, but I'll say, I think just over the course of the season, just all the experience we've gained. Had some younger guys who were playing their first game, and now they're a few games in now, so they have a better understanding of what's going on. We've played a ton of guys up front, and so the addition of guys like Jason Peters and other guys like Stone stepping up, and Jake and all the guys who stepped in there and played. They've gained a ton of experience. And then overall, we're just growing, still learning. Long season ahead of us. So, really just getting better throughout the season, I think.
Geno, you had some success against them last year, won both games. But historically, under Sean McVay, Seahawks have really struggled. They've always been really close games whenever you've won. What makes it so difficult in this divisional rivalry, specifically against the Rams?
Yeah, I'll say from my vantage point, you got a great head coach and Coach McVay. He calls the plays. He's great at scheming things for his guys. He understands offense and defense. I think Coach McVay is one of the better coaches in the league as we've seen. And then they've got great players. Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, all the players that they've had throughout the years. Is the reason why they've won a bunch of games, and in my opinion, it has made it close in those games against us. And then obviously division games are going to be a little bit tougher, just because of the familiarity there, just knowing the opponent and them knowing us. So we expect it always to be a really good game, but it doesn't have to be. We can go out there and win one easily, but we know they got great guys, got a ton of respect for those guys, and we expect it to be a close one.
What do you have to be most aware of when you look at their defense?
Number 99. To start. Where is he at all times? Hall of Fame player. One of the best players ever at his position, and still playing at a high level. So just knowing where he is, and then all their blitz packages. The schematic stuff that they're great at. They always got some different wrinkles in their defense. So just being able to make adjustments on the sideline or at halftime, and then overall just going out there and playing our game.
Geno, is there a spot on the defense where a particular standout star gives you more to deal with? Like, is it a defensive tackle that's a big standout guy? Is it the big, shutdown corner? Is it a standout linebacker? Is there some guy out there that's more that you have to take stock of than any other?
No, I think they're all equally as good, and each week is going to present a different challenge. Sometimes it's guys up front. I mean, we've seen all the best guys up front. I feel like this year, some weeks it's really stout secondary. Sometimes it's really good linebackers like the Ravens or some of the other teams we played. And so I think each guy brings a different dynamic. I think you've always got to be, especially in the NFL, man. They're all great players out there, but there are a couple guys out there that you just got to know where they are at all times. And for the most part, you just try to go out there and execute and not really think about that much.
When you went back and looked at the film, did you see any differences between the first half and the second half last week in terms of being able to, hit a lot of big plays when you needed to and score points and stuff like that in the second half?
I think we just executed a little bit better, and then obviously connected on more of our passes. I think that was really the difference. I think early on in the game, we kind of stalled, which happens in the NFL, man. It's going to be close, sometimes. And so I think early on, we weren't finishing drives, and then as the game went along, I thought we did a better job at finishing in the end zone and then getting points, late in the game when we needed to.
When it comes to Tyler Lockett, obviously you want to throw a perfect pass to him all the time, but what kind of grace or leeway does he give you with his ability, whether it's catch radius or circus catches, to throw the ball?
I mean, Locke's, he's tremendous at that, and that's the reason why he's such a great receiver, is that he has that huge catch radius. You can put the ball anywhere around him. He'll find a way to make the catch and then get his toes in, as we've seen time and time again. And so when you got guys like that, him, DK, Jackson, Bobo, Noah, Colby, his 6'8" target. I mean, Will Dissly. There's a ton of playmakers on this team, and Locke is one of the better ones, and he's a guy that we got to continue to get the ball to. He's so consistent, and he just does a great job week in and week out.
When it comes to you and game-winning drives, I think it's 21% of the games you have played in your career have ended in game-winning drives. What have you learned about those moments in those situations?
Just to be calm, just to be poised in those situations. My first ever game, in the NFL was on the, win was on the game-winning drive. And so I felt like my entire life I've been always preparing for that. Those are the moments that I really love. I really enjoy the times where you could, kind of put the team on your back or go out there and win the game, especially late in the end. And so for us as a team, like I said, we practice these things every single day. We just got done practicing it, and, we're comfortable in those situations. So, I just think we just got to continue to stay poised and just go out there and play just like it was the first quarter.
How do the multiple tight ends help you, and what kind of bind do you think that puts defense in?
I think, the more that we can be multiple in our personnel, the more that we can be multiple in our play calling and our scheme, it just gives defenses more to prepare for, gives them more to plan for. We got 3 tight ends who could, easily all be number ones, and they all do a great job at kind of splitting reps, but each one of those guys are dynamic in their own right, and they're great pass catchers. They're great in the run blocking scheme. They're great in pass protection, and then they're leaders of the team. So just having those 3 guys, and Mabry and Brady, he's come along to the group as well. All those guys are doing a great job. So we just got to continue to use them and keep allowing them to kind of drive our team.
Have you had tight ends line up with you before, like you have this season?
Be the first time on this team, and I think Shane does a great job with that. I think our tight ends are so versatile, and they can do so many different things and present so many different looks for a defense. So it's really cool to have those guys be able to do all those things.
What was your reaction when Zach ran over that guy on the last drive last week? Like, damn, we needed him to get out of bounds, but damn, that was a hit. Like,
that was exactly my reaction. I was saying that I literally told him that, I was like, Zach, you gotta get out right there. But I was like, damn, that was a nice hit. But yeah, man, just one. He's a guy who, if you watch his film, man, just time and time again, he gets to the secondary and he's just punishing guys. And shoot, man, he's hard to tackle. I wouldn't want to tackle him.
Anything else?
Why do you think the Commanders game was such a good game for you guys in terms of after the catch stuff?
I think, you got to give the credits to the wideouts, them catching the ball, being playmakers, and then something that goes unnoticed is the guys that are, running down to make blocks for them. We talk about that a lot, guys burst in to go make blocks, and, you'll see that on film where a guy catches the ball and there's a guy who didn't catch the ball, right? He's not, thinking about, man, I should have got that. No, he runs down, he blocks somebody, helps the guy get an extra 5 to 10 yards, and, that's everything for our offense.
You guys know coming in, you maybe could have success there, or was it just by chance?
We feel like we can have success, pretty much every week with the guys that we have. They're so dynamic. But I think, last week was just an example of, when it all comes together, how it can look. And I thought it was really cool to see those guys doing that.
It seems like you guys have had a little bit more success with your screen game recently. Is that something you feel like is coming along, that's timing up better, that you're kind of meshing everything in the right way?
Yeah, I think, again, those plays are ways for us to, if the defensive line is getting up the field and they want to get off the ball, we can, kind of counter them with the screen game. And so it is coming along. I think the guys are doing a great job at just understanding the pace and the tempo and the landmarks, and then, getting the ball into the hands of great guys and let them do the rest.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.